Today is day 2, and so I thought maybe I should talk to you a little bit about the biggest mistakes I've made while fasting and how to avoid them. If you're new to the channel, hey, my name is Reese, and if you're not subscribed yet, what you waiting for? Because we on a fast track to health, y'all. Improper prep before a fast, I didn't realize how significant that was until I had already started fasting, and then I was able to compare and contrast. I know a lot of times when we find this fasting world, like sometimes we want to use it as a quick fix and get into our goals as quickly as possible. But fasting can be so much and is so much deeper than that. It could help reconfigure your whole entire relationship with food, but you're only going to be able to do that when you're doing your refeeds, because when you're fasting, you're abstaining from food altogether. And so before your fast, what you choose to eat, when you refeed and break your fast, what you choose to eat, those are all times when you can be very mindful and to the reset with your mind and your taste buds and your desires and your heart when it comes to your relationship with food. So I'm mostly an advocate for a whole food diet, not necessarily strictly plant-based. If you are going to eat meat, I just say that, try to make it as natural as possible, not deep fried, bake it in the oven, put it on the grill. That's just my philosophy. But whatever you do, whether it's keto or if you vegan, you want to use that as a base while you're going into your fast, so you just won't be going from a straight standard American diet into your fast. You can do it. I've done it plenty of times, going from a straight hamburgers and french fries into a fast, but it makes the fast so much more difficult for you. So if you find yourself struggling with being able to stay on a fast or having intense side effects or symptoms or cravings, maybe you should focus on the prep before you fast, because we already using fasting, of course, to become healthier, to take advantage of autophagy, to repair our relationship with food, to lose weight. So why not prep? And the same discipline that you need to fast, you can use that in the prep period to eat better. So as y'all can see, I'm doing a whole bunch of my chores today. Yesterday, I made a lot of food for the family, so I wouldn't have to be in the kitchen all day. Today is my laundry day and hair day, and tomorrow will be bathrooms day. I try to keep myself busy when I'm doing an extended fast so that I can keep moving. But one of the things that I did in the beginning, once I realized that keeping busy would help me continue my fast, the mistake I made was I challenged myself to do more than I was capable of doing at the present time. And so then I got discouraged or down on myself when I would get tired or dizzy or lightheaded. And that was when I was very new to fasting. So I think it was more important for me to be listening to my body. If you have the energy to go and do like I do now, go ahead and do it. But if your body is telling you that you need to rest, you need to rest. Also, with the days that you decide to attempt to fast, I do a lot of ADF, which is alternate day fasting. It is very easy on your mental. When I'm not in a place where I can just hunker down and fast for an extended amount of time, ADF works wonders for me. Also, 1 meal a day, OMAD, that works wonders. All of these fasting methods will benefit you in different ways. And so you have to assess what your capacity at this time is, mentally and physically and spiritually, and then you can go ahead and decide what you will do. You don't want to put too much on yourself, and like I said before, then you get discouraged and down on yourself, and then you're not doing anything at all and you're falling back into old habits. That was one of the biggest mistakes that I know how to avoid now. And piggybacking off of that one, when you get discouraged, it could cause you to not be consistent. And consistency is key in anything that you want to accomplish. So You don't necessarily have to be consistent with the type of fasting, but you have to continue having fasting a part of your life and using fasting to help you. If you're trying to like lose weight, you need to stay on the method that you're doing. Use what's working for you until it stops working. Also, if you are like using fasting for health benefits, you can't just use fasting, one time and then think you're going to get all the benefits that one time. You have to be consistent with the process and you will see results. I've mainly been using fasting to help me lose weight and to retrain my mind and my relationship with food. And for both of those, consistency is key. Once I think that I could just go back into the old ways of living, and I get the same results that I used to get doing that. And so that's one of the biggest tips that you could take away from me today is you have to be consistent. Even like I said, your capacity in different seasons might be different. I have 4 children. I stay home with them. I'm a homeschooling mom. I'm a wife. I volunteer and serve in my community. I'm a sports mom. Like, it's just so many things that I do. But some seasons it's a little slower than, it is for me in other seasons. And I'm able to do more and go deeper. In other seasons, I'm doing the bare minimum. I'm going for a walk. I'm making sure I eat some broccoli and I'm fasting. And so that's just be consistent. Continue to be consistent with the fasting regimen, whatever type of fasting that you choose, so that your mind can stay disciplined and you can continue to break down those bad habits that we occur throughout life. Be honest with yourself. This lie was keeping me from losing weight. I would tell myself that I was stronger than I was. Definitely recognize your weaknesses, whatever they may be, because if you don't, it will prohibit you from creating an environment for yourself to win. Once I realized how weak I was around chips, the option for me was just to not bring them into my house. Yes, my kids had to make sacrifices for my health, but that's what families are for. I definitely had to have the conversation and sit down with them and let them know, it's not the healthiest thing that we should be eating. And even for themselves, we made the decision as a family. But it wasn't until I was able to be honest with myself and say that I have no self-control when chips are around, or even if I do have self-control when they're around, once they're open or once I eat one, I can't stop myself, then I need to just eliminate that from being a pitfall for me. And it wasn't until I was honest with myself about my strength and my capacity where I was able to make a different decision to help me in the long run. Figure out ways to help you cope with the symptoms of fasting. I'm more so, I guess, an intermediate faster at this point, because when I fast, I don't experience headaches or dizziness anymore. And also, I'm not doing like long extended fasting, so who knows what I would experience that would be new if I started to like break my personal record, which is 14 days. But when I stay in between, alternate day fasting, which is 24 hours, and like 5 to 6 days, then I usually experience a very certain set of side effects or symptoms of fasting, which is being cold, fatigue, irritability, stanky breath from farts and bowel movements, and maybe like being irregular, so where your body is not necessarily having bowel movements in the same amount that it would be while you're eating or in a refeed state. So I definitely will say find ways to cope with those things, because I've definitely like ended my fast earlier because of like something like being extremely cold, or like just being fatigued when I just have too many things to do, too many people to like pour into and take care of and be responsible for. So those are other ways in which you can help set yourself up for success and that you can win. Y'all, I'm 30 pounds down and I just want to help you. I'm trying to continuously hit my goals and make it to 145. That's like my number that I'm ready to see. But whether I get there or not, I know that I'm going in the right direction, and I know that I'm not going to give up, and I'm going to stay consistent. And I hope that this was helpful to you. If it was, can you make sure you smash that like button, share it with a friend. Please subscribe to the channel, y'all. Thank you so much for watching.